Chelsea Football Club want to be the next Arsenal. Yes, I said that correct. Chelsea want to be the next Arsenal. Yesterday, we saw a fantastic game of football. Liverpool won, Chelsea nil. And Liverpool did it amongst all odds, bringing on academy players, bringing on teenagers. Van Dijk stepped up not once, but twice. And Chelsea folded like a deck chair. And now they've come out today, according to Matt Law and reliable journalists, to say that at present, they are prepared to stick with Pochettino. Chelsea fans are going absolutely berserk. Some of their fan base are on the mindset of give Poch time. Look at Arsenal right now. Arsenal, don't get me wrong, are doing very, very, very well. And they are battering teams. But it's taken them 4 years or so. They did win an FA Cup during that kind of process, but now they're kind of reaping the rewards of sticking by a manager. Chelsea Football Club, though, in the last 20 years, have probably been the most cutthroat big club in Europe. They get rid of their managers relentlessly. They were known for having a cutthroat mentality, win at all costs. Chelsea have made more finals since when Abramovich took over, which was, 2004? To now. They have dominated Premier League, FA Cup, League Cup, Champions League, Europa League. They have won absolutely everything. And now they find themselves in a position where they have lost 6 domestic finals in a row at Wembley. And they have lost 7 of the last 8 finals. Chelsea Football Club, one of the biggest football clubs in the world, is being turned into a mid-table team. Todd Boehly makes himself the director of football of Chelsea. And as a Spurs fan, I'm going to take my Spurs hat off here and talk about this from a football fan. If you're a Chelsea fan right now, you've got to be going absolutely berserk because there is no direction. It's spending billions of pounds on young players. The experienced players they've got, like the likes of Reece James, can't stay fit. Thiago Silva's now 39. When you're relying on players like Conor Gallagher, Mudryk off the bench, these players aren't match winners here. Liverpool didn't even flex their muscles. They brought on kids. Liverpool were without Jota, without Nunes, without Salah, without Alisson, without Trent, without Curtis Jones. Harvey Elliott was one of their most experienced players on the pitch. He was a senior player. And Chelsea couldn't get over the line. And I don't see, at the moment, a direction of Chelsea Football Club. They are mid-table. Mid-table after spending £1 billion. Gary Neville come out and said, £1 billion bottle job. And now they want to go down the process, which Arsenal have done. And fair play, because Arsenal spent a lot of money. And when a lot of their fans wanted Arteta out, they said, no, this is what we want to do. Arteta's laying the foundations, and now they're playing and scoring some of the best goals and playing some of the best football in the league. They've got a solid foundation, right? Their defense is very, very good. They've made marquee signings like Declan Rice. They've got players all over the pitch scoring goals. And Chelsea want to go down that route. Now, that's fine if you want to go down that route. But Chelsea aren't used to this. Chelsea aren't used to losing finals. Chelsea are used to winning everything at all cost. Winning is the only metric. We don't care about taking part. We want to win trophies. I don't think Chelsea fans, just my opinion, are prepared to go down a 3 or 4 year process of struggling, of being in the dumps, being in the trenches, being in the gutter, which they are right now. But I don't think they're prepared for another 2, 3, maybe 4 years of this. I don't think Pochettino, and I know Pochettino better than a lot of people because I watched him coach Spurs, manage Spurs for years and years and years. But Pochettino has now managed over 300 games in the Premier League, hasn't won a trophy in the Premier League. I don't think the amount of pressure he has got on him, he is the right man to take Chelsea back to where they want to be, which is challenging and competing for the most elite trophies out there, Premier Leagues, Champions Leagues, even Europas. And right now, they are horrendous. I've never seen a big football club in the Premier League like Chelsea are. Has anyone ever seen, there's going to be a lot of people that are older than me, seen a football club, the magnitude and the size of Chelsea, they are genuinely mid-table now. Like there's no if, buts, or maybes. They're being outperformed by Newcastle. They're being outperformed by Wolves, Brighton, West Ham. They are horrendous. They've won 2 of their last 6 games, right? We saw Liverpool flex their muscles, full strength, and they battered them 4-1. And they couldn't capitalise yesterday. And when you're relying on those players, I'm not surprised. They've put 70, 80 million quid down on Mudryk, 115 million quid down on Casado, 50 million quid down on Lavia when you include the add-ons. I think Liverpool are thinking, do you know what? We'll take our 15 million quid for Endo. What a signing that is, by the way. Chelsea, I just don't see a direction. I don't see... They've got a fantastic academy. Some of the players that have come out of there in the last 10 years have been unbelievable, right? But I don't see at present a direction, a strategy, an idea. I don't see it. It's monopoly. It's buy everything at all costs. And they're not buying. They're not getting value for money. They spent 150 million quid, 250 million quid on Enzo, Casado, and Lavia. 250 million pounds. Tottenham, right? Spent 40 million on Maddison, 40 million on Van der Ven, 17 million on Vicario, 25 million on Dragusin, 40 million on Porro, 30 odd million quid on Kulusevski, 60 million quid on Richarlison for cheaper than Chelsea signed Lavia, Casado, and Fernandes. Like, it's madness. And I don't think Chelsea fans are prepared to stick this out like Arsenal have. I'll be very, very interested to see your take down below. So if you are an Arsenal fan or a Chelsea fan or a Man United fan or a Rangers or Celtic or Madrid or whoever you support, let me know down below. I don't think Chelsea are emotionally or physically prepared for 2 more years of this if there is light at the end of the tunnel. I don't know about you guys, but I don't see it. And they've not exactly got an easy run in for the remainder of the season. I'm not going to lie to you guys. They've still got to play Newcastle, still got to play Arsenal, still got to play Man United, still got to play Spurs, still got to play Villa, still got to play West Ham, still got to play Brighton. They've got a lot of tough games coming up. And at present, at this moment in time, I don't think Pochettino will be there at the end of the season. And with what Matt Law was reporting about, that if they sack Pochettino right now, it just shows them that they're not prepared for a project. They've brought the likes of Graham Potter through. They've brought the likes of Pochettino through. I don't think there's a manager in world football right now that would beget that Chelsea team to where Arsenal, Liverpool, Man City are, because it's just not good enough. It doesn't have enough goal scorers. But what it is a very talented squad that should be at least competing for top 5, top 6. No one can tell me right now that Brighton have a better squad than Chelsea, or Man United have that much better of a squad than Chelsea. But what Man United and Brighton do have is coaches that are getting more out of their players, and their players are buying into it. Ten Hag's been on the ropes. He's been on the ropes, mate. Ultimate Warrior settings, on the ropes. And he's winning games. Admittedly, they lost against Fulham, right? But before that, they beat Luton. They beat Villa. They beat West Ham. They beat Wolves. They beat Notts County. They drew with Spurs. They beat Wigan. But that's players who are buying into it. I'll be very interested to see your thoughts down below if you haven't already. Make sure you do hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Chelsea Football Club, they've got Leeds at the weekend. And right now, Leeds are flying. Second in the Championship, just beat Leicester 3-1. A game very, very similar to the Cup final. Sometimes the ball just didn't want to go in. But it did go in, and Leeds won the game, and they've now got Chelsea. And Leeds will probably go into that game thinking, we're up against a wounded animal here. We've just got to bide our time and take our chances. And I do believe Leeds will win. And if Pochettino is still the manager after that Leeds game, and that tells you everything you need to know about this ownership under Todd Bowley. Make sure you like, make sure you subscribe.